Good evening. Thank you so much for joining us. This is the main news on Camnet TV, coming to you live on Topstar channel 106 and Kenstream app. We are also streaming live on Facebook, Camnet TV, as well as on our YouTube channel, Camnet TV. Here are the headlines in our news tonight. 40-year-old man takes on life after marital disputes. Maria ZALOUMI'S murder charge reduced to manslaughter, gets bail with co-accused. NCP temporarily withdraws from TONSE alliance. In international news, WHO reports 400 deaths from malnutrition in Gaza. And in sports news, Copper Princesses gear up for World Cup as Zambia adds Canada to prestigious friendly lineup. To join me with the details shortly after this break.
Are you looking for a reliable and efficient courier company with international standards? Then let UBZ Courier, your trusted partner in swift and secure deliveries, be your ultimate choice. Whether it's a small package or a hefty consignment, UBZ Courier handles it all, locally and internationally. Our modern call center ensures personalized attention for every client. For seamless deliveries within Zambia and beyond, trust UBZ Courier. Call us now on +260 763 062 680 or visit us at plot number 15 Mwapona Road, Woodland, Lusaka, Zambia. UBZ Courier, a world-class brand that can be trusted.
With the news in detail, my name is Sylvia Zulu. Farmer Maria ZALOUMI'S murder charge has been reduced to manslaughter, and she has since been granted bail along with her Nigerian partner and 3 farm workers. The 5 appeared before Kawe resident magistrate Wamundila Liswaniso this morning, where they were informed that the Director of Public Prosecutions, DPP Gilbert Piri, had consented to revise their charge from murder to manslaughter under Section 199 of the Penal Code. The accused, Ms. ZALOUM'i, her Nigerian lover, Nathaniel Batham, aged 34, farm manager Daniel Chuloa, 40, and farm workers Fortune Mutangati, 23, and Gift Daka, 25, are alleged to have accused to cause the death of 22-year-old Enoch Simfukwe at Ms. ZALOUMI'S farm in Central Province. Magistrate Liswaniso granted the 5 bail in the sum of 20,000 kwacha each, with 2 working sureties, and subsequently committed the matter to the High Court for trial. The accused had been in custody since their arrest following Simfukwe's death. Enoch Simfukwe of 16 Miles area allegedly died at Ms. ZALOUMI'S farm earlier this year, leading to the arrest and initial murder charge against the group. A 40-year-old man of Chainda in Lusaka has died by suicide after allegedly arguing with his wife before leaving home and later being found hanging in the bush near Mainwood Gate. Police spokesperson Ray Hamonga says the incident occurred on Sunday, October 5th, 2025, around 13:30 hours, and was reported to Simon Mwansakapwepwe police station about half an hour later. The deceased had been identified as Given Mobo of Chainda Township. Mr. Hamonga says preliminary investigations have revealed that Mobo had a domestic dispute with his wife, Clara Soko, who reportedly told him she intended to leave their matrimonial home. Following the argument, Mobo went to Chainda Market, where he was seen drinking beer and was overheard telling some people that he intended to hang himself. His body was later discovered hanging from a tree near Mainwood Gate. Police officers who visited the scene found no visible injuries on the body, which was taken to the University Teaching Hospital mortuary for post-mortem and burial.
The Zambia Police Service, which has confirmed an incident of suicide which occurred in Mainwood area of Chainda Road yesterday, the 5th of October 2025, at around 13:30 hours. Simon Mwansakapwe Police Station received a report at 14 hours from Betty Mianda of the same area, who informed the police that she had been called by a known person notifying her that her cousin, Given Mobo, aged 40, had hanged himself in the nearby bush in Mid area gate of Chainda Road. Brief facts of the matter are that on the material date, the now deceased Given Mobo had an argument with his wife, Krala Soko, at their home in Chainda. The wife later indicated that she was going to leave their matrimonial home. Following the disagreement, the deceased left the house and went to Chainda market, where he was seen consuming beer. While there, he reportedly was overheard telling people that he intended to hang himself. After drinking, he left the market, and his whereabouts were unknown until the sad development of the discovery of his body. Police officers rushed to the scene and found the deceased hanging from a tree with his hands holding the rope around his neck. Upon examination, no physical injuries were found on the body. The body was retrieved and deposited in the investigating hospital mortuary, awaiting post-mortem and burial. An inquiry file has been opened and investigations have been launched into the matter. The Zambia Police Service urges members of the public to seek help and counseling whenever faced with life challenges. Suicide is never a solution. Talking to trusted family members, religious leaders, or professional counselors can make a difference.
The National Congress Party, NCP, has announced its withdrawal from all ongoing TONSE alliance engagements to concentrate on strengthening its internal structures and preparing independently for the 2026 general elections. Addressing the media in Lusaka this morning, NCP President Peter Chanda said the decision was made to allow the party to focus on organizational rebuilding and leadership renewal ahead of its forthcoming National General Conference. Mr. Chanda stated that the NCP will for now refrain from participating in any TONSE alliance meetings, citing a lack of unity, mutual respect, and consensus among alliance partners. He noted that the current environment within the alliance does not align with the principles of cooperation and shared purpose that the NCP upholds. He further announced that the party will soon begin holding provisional conferences across the country leading up to National General Conference later this year.
But I want to state that as we commence our provincial conferences, we will go on with a consultative process of ensuring that our members and the members of New Congress Party dictate as to how and what they want NCP to stand for. I stated last week that for now, any other meeting that is called by TONSE Alliance, because the subject of NCP being the special purpose vehicle is at the center of being reviewed and approved. Therefore, last week I was very clear in my statement that I will not be able to participate on any other meeting that is coming. My prayer is that the brothers within TONSE Alliance and our bigger brothers from the PF will be able to debate matters without New Congress Party aligning itself anywhere. I stated last week that we would maintain our neutral position. So for now, I want to state that matters have been blown in the social media, but I want to state that this press conference was meant to state that independently New Congress Party will commence our internal process of beginning to do the provincial conferences, which will culminate into a general conference, and that general conference I'll seek re-election as president of New Congress Party. And like I stated, I have a privilege. Should we have the privilege of being a special purpose vehicle for the alliance?
The Jesuit Center for Theological Reflection, JCTR, has urged government and key stakeholders to implement targeted policy interventions aimed to stabilizing food prices, supporting farmers, and strengthening social protection systems to cushion vulnerable households. This follows the center's release of the September 2025 Basic Needs and Nutritional Basket, BNNB, which recorded a marginal decline in the overall cost of living for a family of 5 in Lusaka. Social and Economic Development Programs Manager Edward Musosa says the total BNNB in August dropped by 142 kwacha 19 ngwe from 11,432 kwacha 17 ngwe in September. He explained that while the decrease was mainly driven by a reduction in non-food essentials such as charcoal, food prices, particularly proteins, continue to rise, putting pressure on household nutrition and welfare. Mr. Musosa noted that the food basket subtotal rose slightly by 12 kwacha 15 way, largely due to increase in the prices of kapenta, beef and beans. In other news, UPND Lusaka Province Youth Chairperson Anderson Banda has called on the Electoral Commission of Zambia, ECZ, to amend the Electoral Code of Conduct to punish politicians who engage in tribal campaigning ahead of the 2026 general elections. Speaking during a press briefing in Lusaka today, Mr. Banda condemned what he termed as divisive tribal statements made by Mumbi Piri and some members of the Tonse Alliance. He said such remarks have the potential to undermine the country's peace, unity, and democratic progress that Zambia has enjoyed since independence. Mr. Banda further urged law enforcement agencies to take interest in the matter and bring to book all individuals promoting tribal divisions under the guise of politics. He stressed that no one should be allowed to sow seeds of hatred and regionalism for personal or political gain, describing such conduct as retrogressive and unpatriotic. He further stated that leadership should be determined by vision, competence, and character rather than ethnic origin or regional affiliation. We move on with the news. People's Alliance for Change PAC President Anderson Banda has challenged the UPND government to withdraw the controversial Bill 7 of 2025 if it is not intended to influence the outcome of next year's general elections. Speaking during a media briefing, Mr. Banda said the bill, which seeks to amend certain provisions of the Constitution, appears to be politically motivated. He questioned why the government seemed more interested in changing the Constitution than addressing the many economic and social challenges affecting citizens. Mr. Banda argued that the process surrounding Bill 7 has not been consultative, adding that the proposed legislation is being imposed on the people without adequate engagement. He said stakeholders, including opposition parties and civil society organizations, have not been given an opportunity to participate meaningfully in the process. We move on with the news. Good governance advocate Dennis Mutumba has called on political parties and citizens to reject tribalism and promote national unity in Zambia. He stressed that political parties should not be associated with a single tribe regardless of the founder's origin, and urged inclusive leadership across all regions. Speaking on the rising concerns over tribal remarks in politics, Mr. Mutumba said Zambia, with its 72 tribes, must embrace unity and avoid decisive practices that could destabilize the country. Mr. Mutumba also urged lawmakers to consider stiffer penalties for individuals who propagate tribalism, noting that current sentences are insufficient to deter divisive practices. He emphasized that political leaders, including those in the UPND, must represent all citizens fairly, not favor their own ethnic group.
We are not promoting, division in this country. We have about 72 tribes, so meaning this country is, a country that should be more united than ever before. We don't want to experience wars. We don't want to experience division in this country. I just want to urge political parties, those that are in ruling party. For example, UPND was founded by a Tonga. We don't want to hear people say that UPND is for the Tongas, UPND is for the people. Just like any other political party which was founded by a person who comes from one region should not be supported by just one region. As a country, let us, embrace unity. Let us make sure that political parties can be run, administered by any tribe. It doesn't matter who founded it. So my word of encouragement to the Zambian is that please let us desist. Maybe should we advocate for a stiffer punishment for people that uses tribal remarks, because maybe it's not enough where people are given 2 years, as a sentence for seditious practices. We want to see this country be more united. Even the UPND, Right now, UPND is run by a Tonga, but he must embrace all tribes. We are one people, and this is what the president is advocating, that let us be more united. Even appointments should come from every region. It's not a government run by Tongas. If Tongas feel they own UPND, they are making a very big mistake, because there is a majority group of people that are Nani-Tongas. How will they feel? So let us make sure that we unite in our languages, in the way we giving out, remarks of tribalism. We must desist. I'm speaking from the advocate's point of view that we are one in Zambia. Let us be more united than ever before.
The Lusaka City Council has intensified public education campaigns to address nuisances that pose serious health risks, including the spread of diseases such as cholera. The initiative targets behaviors like open defecation and urination, particularly in markets and bus stations, which have been identified as major public health concerns. Lusaka City Council Public Relations Manager Chola Mwamba says officials are working to ensure that health messages reach all areas of the city, emphasizing that such practices are unacceptable and can have severe consequences for both the environment and public health. She says the awareness campaigns have been intensified in high-risk areas where the practices are most prevalent. Traders, commuters, and other stakeholders are being educated on the importance of maintaining cleanliness and adopting better hygiene practices to protect themselves and the community.
The Lusaka City Council has taken a proactive step in intensifying public awareness on the importance of public nuisances that create risks of spreading diseases such as cholera. This move is aimed at addressing the growing concern of open defecation and urination, especially in markets and bus stations. These practices have been identified as a major public health nuisances that pose significant risks to the environment and public health. The Council's efforts to combat this issue are being spearheaded by the Department of Public Health, which has made it a priority to educate the public on the importance of proper hygiene and sanitation. The Council is ensuring that public health messages are disseminated to all corners of the city, emphasizing that such behavior is unacceptable and poses high health risks. The Department of Public Health has intensified its awareness campaigns, focusing on markets and bus stations where the practice is most prevalent. The Council is working tirelessly to ensure that all stakeholders, including traders and commuters, understand the gravity of the situation and the need to adopt better hygiene practices.
The End Malaria Council has raised 2 million kwacha towards its 5 million kwacha target for the upcoming fundraising golf tournament set to take place at the State House Golf Course on October 17, 2025. Council Chairperson Peter Cotton announced that the tournament, which will be graced by President Hakainde Hichilema, aims to mobilize vital resources to strengthen Zambia's malaria prevention and elimination efforts. He said the event will feature 25 teams comprising 100 golfers with participation based on a first-come, first-served basis. Mr. Cotton encouraged corporate organizations and partners to register before the October 9th deadline or participate through sponsorships.
This prestigious event aims to mobilize critical resources to strengthen Zambia's malaria elimination efforts. We therefore call your esteemed organizations to partner with the End Malaria Council by participating in this event. The event will take place on the 17th of this month at State House Golf Course. The time will commence at 7 hours up to 16, when we will then have the prize giving, graced by His Excellency the President. The theme is Swing, Score, Save Lives. That's what it's all about, saving lives from malaria. So the guest of honor will be the President of the Republic of Zambia, Mr. Hakainde Hichilema. On behalf of our patron, His Excellency the President, the ANC and the Malaria Fund, we warmly invite esteemed organizations to partner with us by participating in this event, either with corporate teams or with sponsorship. The contributions will make a life-saving impact.
Malaria continues to affect millions of lives, holding back families, communities, and productivity. For us, this fight is personal, because we believe a healthy nation is the foundation of sustainable development. Whether it's through the factories we build, the jobs we create, or the partnerships we form, everything we do is driven by one goal: to make Zambia stronger and better for all. That is why we are proud to stand as the anchor sponsor of the End Malaria Golf Tournament, a timely initiative that aligns perfectly with our 15-year journey of creating impact beyond business.
MARITAL International Zambia has affirmed its commitment towards supporting family planning services in Eastern Province and LUCAMNET district despite dwindling funding from the donor community. MARITAL's Operations Director Inonge Wina Chilufya made the remarks during MARITAL's Global Director based in London, Hidi Queen's visit to familiarize herself with the best practices and shortfalls of the interventions being implemented in Zambia. She said with support from the Swedish International Development Cooperation Agency, SIDA, they will continue with reproductive health programs until 2028. She underscored that it is important that women and young people are supported through family services to avoid unplanned pregnancies. Meanwhile, LUCAMNET District Acting Director of Health Services, Dr. Alan Muleta, held the government's partnership with MARITAL, saying it is vital towards ensuring good health among women and children.
Teenage pregnancy doesn't take us anywhere. It brings a lot of problems. For LUCAMNET to develop, for LUCAMNET to be economically independent and so on, you need young people who can continue school, who can continue their businesses and so on. So seeing young people present here and having access to the facility services is very good.
That we work together so that women and families can choose their family planning methods that they want that reaches their goals. So they have how many children they want, and the children are healthy and have happy lives that contribute to the Zambian health and prosperity.
For a nation to develop, we need to have our young women to be healthy with regards to the issue of women health reproductive. With collaboration from the team that's MARITAL Zambia, through the provision of health reproductive services such as contraceptives, it allows our girl children to finish school.
Mongo District Agriculture Coordinator Christabel Kakumbi has urged farmers in Western Province to approach agriculture as a business, saying it has the potential to transform livelihoods and reduce poverty. Ms. Kakumbi emphasized the importance of smart agriculture and encouraged farmers to diversify their crops to enhance household food security and improve economic stability. She added that the recent agriculture conference was more than just an event, describing it as a platform aimed at changing mindsets and equipping farmers in Western Province with practical skills to advance their agricultural ventures. One of the conference participants, Mwangala Mahopo, said the lessons learned would positively impact the current farming practices in the province, helping farmers transition from subsistence to business-oriented agriculture.
Agriculture, which is at the core of the National Development Plan number 8, focuses on job creation, reducing poverty and ensuring food security at household. Be a Farmer, Be a Millionaire held its first ever conference in Mongo in order to impart knowledge to small-scale farmers in Western Province on smart agriculture. Officiating at the occasion, Mongo District Agriculture Coordinator Christabel Kakumbi emphasized that agriculture is the bridge to foster an inclusive development.
The conference we are gathered for today is more than just an event. It is a transformative platform. It is about changing the mindset of our farmers and our women, youth to begin to view agriculture, tackles income generation. With expert training, farmers can diversify crops, manage their soils better, and tap into profitable value chains. This directly uplifts families out of poverty. Thirdly, it strengthens community resilience. A community that can feed itself is a community that can stand strong against economic shocks. Further, it's not only about theory, but also about practical demonstration. By engaging participants in hands-on farming methods, modern crop management techniques, and climate-smart agriculture, this training will leave a lasting impact on individuals, households, and communities. As guest of
John Chingumbe is Be a Farmer, Be a Millionaire. Western Province Coordinator is appealing to some youths in the province to prioritize agriculture farming as an income generation.
Conference which is aimed at revamping and impacting knowledge on Western Province farmers. So the encouragement to everyone is that let's take agriculture as an income, generating, venture that can grow, from being a smallholder farmer to a commercial.
Some participants spoken to have appreciated the training, stating that it will transform their farming activities.
Basalikana alukopiseni kapa kweza zibaswedi kweza abamu kufita kweza ngamba nabauna lukaisa kwalikolo lukaisa likaze shutana chole kona bwino bwanjimo lukopisi
tomato, which I consider and which has been emphasized by the presenter as a money spinner, will definitely change the scenario of Western Province.
Kelvin Kabiram Siebo, Camnet News in Mongo District, Western Province.
Police have arrested 16 suspects believed to be part of a notorious junkie group involved in the violent riot that occurred during a funeral service in Ballaston area of Lusaka's Material Township. The riot, which broke out on October 1st, 2025, during the burial of the late Molilo Chisha, led to the incidents of assault, theft, and malicious damage to property. Police Public Relations Officer Ray Hamonga says the operation was carried out between October 3rd and 4th following intelligence leads and a viral video that identified several of the perpetrators. The coordinated operation covered Ballaston, Lilanda, George, and Zingalume compounds, resulting in the apprehension of 16 individuals now charged with the righteous behavior, assault occasioning actual bodily harm, theft, and malicious damage to property. During the operation, police also recovered several items believed to have been used in the commission of the offense, including unregistered motor vehicles, 94 sachets of suspected cannabis, knives, a military bayonet, handcuffs, a taser gun, and a tactical vest.
Matera Police Station instituted investigations into the matter, using intelligence information and a video that went viral on social media clearly showing the perpetrators. Matera Police Station between the 3rd of October 2025 around 22 hours and the 4th of October at around 0430 hours conducted a well-coordinated operation in Ballaston, Lilanda, George, and Zingalunge compounds. During the operation, a total of 16 suspects, all believed to be part of the notorious junkie groups, were apprehended. The suspects have been identified as 3, Muchemwa Nkole, age 20, Lucky Shambwe, age 29, Michael Chileshe, age 20, Pearson Puri, age 25, Samson Moyo, age 23, Darrington Mwangerwa, age 26, Douglas Kasanga, age 22, Cosmas Chewe, age 23, Godwin Banda, age 30, Douglas Joseph Mwamba, age 29, Innocent Njovu, age 24, Eric Tembo, age 29, Like Shambwe, age 20, and Brighton Wakumelo Mubita, age 21. All the suspects have been jointly charged and arrested for the offenses of righteous behavior, assault occasioning actual bodily harm, theft, and malicious damage to property. During the same operation, police recovered several items believed to have been used in the commission of the offenses and other unlawful activities. The recovered items include 2 unregistered motor vehicles, a Toyota Vitz and a Honda Fit, both silver in color, 94 sachets of suspected cannabis, 50 empty plastic packaging materials, 1 military bayonet, a knife, 1 shot button, 1 pair of handcuffs, 1 taser gun, 1 green military tactical vest, and 2 golf sticks. All the items have been seized and the suspects are detained in police custody awaiting court appearance.
You're watching the main news on Camnet TV. We now take a set of commercials. I will be back with some international stories as well as sports news. Keep watching.
Enjoy the benefits of an instant loan with us ranging from 1,000 kwacha to 750,000 kwacha paid express once collateral is viewed, valued and verified. Call us on 0763 595 359 or 0779 432 993. Classified Financial Express, here as your financial friend.
Get all the latest updates in court news only on Camnet TV. We take you and make you feel part of the court sessions through our in-depth coverage of the adjudication process. Get informed on those who have been arrested, delayed and denied the police bond or bail victims, persons taking plea, court adjournments, verdicts, and those administration issues in the judiciary. You can also follow and give us a like on our social media platforms. Camnet TV, not just another channel.
From time immemorial, we have had different types of lighting options, from those that can burn down our investments in minutes to those that dig holes in our pockets due to constant replacement and huge consumption of our ZESCO units. Savenda Electric introduces the new and advanced electric bulb with cutting-edge technology of LED that has low power consumption, gives out bright white light, and lasts up to 25,000 hours. Savenda Electric manufactures all types of LED light, like plastic LED fluorescent tubes, down lights, ceiling lights, outdoor fittings, and solar street lights made to customer specifications. Let's live on the bright side of life by choosing the wide range of Savenda electric lighting solutions that are available in all leading stores and supermarkets countrywide. For orders, call 0962 642 490 or email jnbunda@savenda.com or pchabula@savenda.com.
Potatoes, the unsung heroes of flavor. From crispy chips to creamy mash, potatoes are the versatile superstars of your kitchen. Grown with love by our dedicated workforce drawn from around the community of Palabana. Savenda Farm's commitment is to see to it that we have potatoes that are grown right, healthy, big and tasty. For that quick fix or big celebration or that meal that brings family together, top chefs rely on the Savenda potato to create culinary masterpieces. And for others, it's that icebreaker to a delightful conversation. So, embrace the magic of Savenda potatoes. They're not just a side dish, they're the heart and soul of your kitchen. Savenda, save nations.
Water is life. Each drop counts and each must be cherished. Our tried and tested product meets all international standards. With our smart drip technology, we aim to deliver precision irrigation designed to reduce blockage and wastage, ensuring a high yield. Renglow, your smart irrigation partner.
Thank you so much for still staying with us. In international news, the World Health Organization, WHO, says 400 people have died from malnutrition in Gaza so far this year, including 101 children, 80 of whom were under the age of 5. The agency warns that the situation is worsening amid continued restrictions on food and humanitarian aid. Dr. Rana Abu Zatia, head of therapeutic nutrition at Al-Hada Hospital in northern Gaza, said the facility is seeing an alarming rise in severe malnutrition cases. Only 4 malnutrition stabilization centers remain operational in Gaza, with northern areas cut off from food aid for weeks. The shortage of therapeutic foods and essential medical supplies has left hospitals overwhelmed and unable to meet growing needs. Here is a roundup of international news.
400 people in Gaza have died of malnutrition since the start of the year, according to the World Health Organization. That figure includes 101 children, of whom 80 were under 5 years old. Rana Abu Zatia is a doctor in northern Gaza. Large numbers of patients are coming to us from the southern Gaza Strip and from the southern areas. In addition to the increase in the number of cases among children under 5 years old, we've started to face new numbers and new cases in those over 5 years old. As a result, we have begun to receive cases of severe malnutrition with medical complications from 5 to 12 years old. We've also recently begun to receive cases from the age of 2 months to 6 months. Currently, there are just 4 malnutrition stabilization centers in Gaza that remain operational. Northern Gaza has also been cut off from food aid for weeks, leaving the nutrition response facing critical shortages of therapeutic foods. There are large numbers of children and adults who have died due to malnutrition and its complications. Unfortunately, in the coming days and even in the coming period, if the crossings remain closed in this way and the prices of basic commodities continue to rise in this way, we will face a real disaster in the Gaza Strip due to malnutrition and the lack of sufficient food resources for a normal life for these people. On Monday, the World Food Programme said humanitarian access was improving, but stressed that a ceasefire is needed to get enough food aid to the most vulnerable.
Families sleeping on the streets or in informal shelters. This is the reality of Kenya's acute homelessness crisis. In Nairobi, poverty, forced displacement and limited access to affordable housing have left thousands with nowhere to go but the streets. The crisis affects everyone from adults to children. Joyce Mutoni is a mother of 3. Her family ended up homeless after she lost her job. I have been living on the streets for 10 years and there are many challenges in the streets. For instance, it gets very cold at night. Most of the time we are hungry, the kids are crying. As if that is not enough, the police usually beat us at night. And it's not like we do not have a government. The 2018 National Census of Street Families found that more than 46,000 people were living on the streets in Kenya. Poverty remains the main root cause of homelessness. About 40% of Kenyans live below the national poverty line according to the World Bank. Many are forced to live in informal settlement areas. One of them is Kibera in the south of Nairobi.
Hii nyumba naishi ni 2,000 na imetengenezwa kwa udongo.
I pay around 2,000 Kenyan shillings per month in this mud house, which is not even in good condition, and even the roof leaks. The landlord does not care and is very harsh with rent. If he says rent is due on the 5th and you fail to pay on time, he locks the door or even throws out your stuff. You are forced to work hard to pay for the house.
Anafunga mlango anakutupia vitu nje. Sasa inabidi uwake hadi ili ulipe hiyo nyumba.
A solution to the crisis is to build more affordable housing. The Kenyan government is constructed over 100,000 homes through its affordable housing program.
To deal with homelessness, I believe it should take a concerted effort of the government authorities to provide housing for the masses. But this could be done through social housing programs, whereby the costs are highly subsidized to enable these people buy into the houses.
According to the World Bank, Kenya has a housing deficit of 2 million homes. President William Ruto last month proposed the creation of a multilateral coalition to fight the global housing crisis.
Under fire from all sides, French Prime Minister Sébastien Lecornu has resigned less than 24 hours after naming his cabinet and after less than a month in office. In his resignation speech, Lecornu blamed political egos and accused opposition parties of being unwilling to compromise. It's the latest chapter in the country's ongoing political crisis that has seen 4 prime ministers in barely a year. Lecornu's main task would have been to pass a budget amid the country's massive debt crisis, but his choice of ministers was criticised across the political spectrum. As President Macron issued a statement saying he'd accepted Lecornu's resignation, his political opponent called for Macron to also step down or dissolve parliament. French politics have been in disarray since Macron called snap elections last year that produced a deeply fragmented legislature.
The Football Association of Zambia, FAZ, has organized another high-profile friendly match for the Copper Princesses, who are preparing for the FIFA World Cup. FAZ President Keith Mwemba confirmed to the FAZ media that Zambia will face Canada on October 12th in Casablanca. This match adds to the previously scheduled warm-up games against Cameroon and Colombia. The Under-17 women's national team is currently en route to Casablanca for a 14-day pre-tournament camp, during which they will participate in 3 international friendly matches. Mwemba stated that FAZ is committed to ensuring the Copper Princesses are thoroughly prepared for the World Cup. He expressed optimism that the team will meet the country's expectations and bring joy to their supporters. Zambia's opening match is set for October 19th against Paraguay at the Football Academy Muhammad, pitch 3 in Seoul, followed by a match against Japan 3 days later at the same venue. Their final group game will be against New Zealand on pitch 2 at the Football Academy Muhammad. The top 2 teams from each group will advance to the knockout stages of the tournament. That's it for our main news tonight. Here is a recap of the stories making headlines. 40-year-old man takes on life after marital dispute. Maria ZALOUMI'S murder charge reduced to manslaughter, gets bail with co-accused. NCP temporarily withdraws from TONSE alliance. In international news, WHO reports 400 deaths from malnutrition in Gaza. And in sports news, Copper Princesses gear up for World Cup as Zambia adds Canada to prestigious friendly lineup. We now look at the Camnet verse for the day, coming from the book of 2 Timothy, verse 1 to 7. For God has not given us the spirit of fear, but of power and of love and of a sound mind. That's it for tonight. Thank you so much for watching. Remember, you have been following us live on Topstar, channel 106 on Kenstream app, on Facebook, Camnet TV, as well as on our YouTube channel, Camnet TV. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Sylvia Zulu. Good night and God bless you all.